What is going on YouTube? Hindenburg making another Randy Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at XRP, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then if we have time, the S&P 500. Specifically, in today's episode, I want to continue from where we left off, which has pretty much been the past, I'd say 2 days, which is pretty much that XRP and the rest of the markets are pretty much just consolidating sideways. We're really not seeing much spike in volume or rejection in any sort of sense from resistances or supports. We're mainly just filling out inside what could be big ascending triangles, symmetrical triangles, and sideways channels. So it's very interesting. I do want to discuss, the likelihood, like I said, of what could be coming for the future of crypto, the likelihood that we break through $20,000 on Bitcoin, the likelihood that we break, I'd say, even $1 on XRP, and things of that nature. Otherwise, if you guys are interested in learning more, definitely make sure to watch the video to the end. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. This way, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can DM me over there. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's video. So where do we leave off yesterday? Yesterday's video, I basically posted that XRP Ripple, only 1 week left before we see what could be a big break in the market. And I think that's fairly accurate to say the least. And I really want to show you guys why that is. As I've done more in-depth, analysis on most of the markets, I'm starting to see, like I said, some sort of consolidation in between resistances, supports, ascending triangles, things of that nature. And it seems like there's kind of a due date as for the middle of December, which is interesting. And I think that we need to just kind of dissect this a little more, get our hands around this, and kind of figure out what exactly is going on. So you can see I do have the, coin market cap pulled up right here, top 10 cryptos. If we look at the 24-hour column, which is the one that's in all green, really not doing too hot. I mean, we're up about 1%, I'd say, across the board. So we're really not seeing any sort of fluctuation in any sense of up or down, movements. Even on the 7-day, we're really not seeing much movement at all, except for Litecoin, which is still up 9.7%. But otherwise, the rest of these cryptos, and I don't even know how, considering it's fairly down, but whatever. It's probably much higher than it was a couple of days ago. But regardless, the fact is we're really not seeing much movement in the market. This is good. I mean, granted that we've had some massive movements the past couple of days, where we've seen XRP explode and a lot of the other cryptocurrencies just explode. It's nice to see we're finally kind of, hitting some sort of consolidation. Just allows us to regain our positions. It allows us to take profits. It allows us to figure out when to be buying back in, and definitely, like I said before, taking profits as the holidays are coming up, and definitely make sure to treat others as you've been treating yourself. But specifically looking at these charts, you can see we had a very big resistance before. We had a huge surge in most of these cryptocurrencies, and it basically lowered itself, or basically it sorted itself out and found its own resistance, which is great. This is good news. The fact that it managed to find its own resistance on the coin allows us to then play out exactly where these markets could be going to. So the fact that we do have a resistance found at around 70 cents on XRP as a top, because that's exactly where we started to correct lower. And I'll move this up. I think this is necessary. Right over here, you can pretty much see the resistances that are in play. There's even one right here. So you can see pretty much as we've had this consolidation, this uptrend here, we've been stuck with a resistance at 70 cents, and we've pretty much just been trading sideways ever since, slowly lowering ourselves in the RSI, which is great. Lowering ourselves in the MACD, that's also great. Why is this a good thing if we're hanging out at the same price? Well, granted, last time we were there, we were around this level right here. So back in November 28th, we were overbought at 73. We're now at the same exact price level, and we're down to 60. So you can see how just consolidating sideways, letting time take its course, allows us to, reevaluate our position. It allows us to center ourselves to get a better grasp, and then it will allow us to pump higher, which I really do believe that we're going to be seeing very soon. So why am I saying all this talk about a week left for the market? What am I referring to? Well, notice that we do have this uptrend, and the markets are pretty much using this uptrend to consolidate, retest this, and pump higher. And we're going to retest this probably by tomorrow, the next day. But regardless, you can see that we are starting to consolidate up. And by the end, right around here, this end point within December, is December 14th. So that's pretty much about a week from today, considering today is the 7th, and a week from now would be the 14th. So on average, about a week left of this consolidation before we really see the big break in price, where we might see a massive pop, an explosion to the upside, setting more all-time highs for 2020 on XRP, or a major correction to the downside, setting, a massive short potential to, a massive target short, which will allow us to capitalize and make even more gains. And before I move further, I do just really quick want to go over my Patreon. I just want to shout out everybody that's been joining. We now have 135 Patreons. This is freaking incredible. I have a goal of 150, so let's see if we can top that. We're only 15 shy, which really doesn't seem like that much when you think about it. But basically, for those that are interested in learning what it is that Patreon is, basically, as you know, I work full-time. I work for an exotic rental company. I'm the marketing manager for an exotic rental car company, so Lamborghinis, Ferraris, everything you could think of, Rolls Royces, Maybach. But that kind of, I have that to balance and this to balance, which I love doing both. But at some times, I find myself not being able to get the video out right after I record it. Like right now, I'm recording this at, maybe 8 a.m. and it might come out at like 11, which is fine. But in 3 hours, after editing, uploading, and finally getting it out, you might miss out on a trade. So that is why I decided to fix the problem that I had and set up a Patreon. Patreon is where I've now been able to share my specific trades, my buying longs, my selling shorts, my stop losses, my target analysis moving forward on the markets, when I'm buying in, things of that nature. And I have this for a slew of different cryptocurrencies and packages you guys can choose from. So huge shout out to everybody that has joined. I have 4 opened right now. There's only a few spots left, actually, 3, 8, 3, and 4. So we're pretty much filling up fast, and I believe that might equal us out to about 150. So let's see what happens, but definitely make sure to check it out. I did link it in the description, and we've been able to make a ton of great trades. It's also a big community that everybody is sharing their trades, how they're, making profit, things of that nature, their losses too, because as you know, it does happen. But to continue to discuss what's going on, we talked about how we're going to be hitting this by the end of the week, by the end of, about 7 days. And you can see it kind of, passes along the same pattern with most of the other cryptocurrency. Right around here is December 15th. It's about a week, and it's pretty much dead center in here. So it seems like most of these coins want to fill the gap. It seems like there's some sort of ascending triangle forming. It seems like there's some sort of price ceiling where the resistance is pretty much strong and dead set, and it doesn't seem like the coin wants to really break there. So yes, in the past when we had these massive swings, we were able to capitalize off the movement because there was a lot more funneling, or much more room to capitalize off the run. But now we're getting much smaller, so it's definitely more risky. You can make the same amount of profit by leverage trading, but the risk is much higher. So it's something I personally don't recommend. I don't like to trade around in tricky scenarios like this. Because you can lose a lot really quickly, and I don't have, a ton of confidence in certain movements like this. So I'm really just waiting, but I'll share with you guys if I have a difference in opinion. I'm waiting for the consolidation to take place. I'm waiting about a week to see what exactly happens. Same thing applies itself here. Ironically, Bitcoin ascending triangle ends right about December 15th, filling the gap. All these cryptos, slowly consolidating themselves downwards. You can see right over here, we were overbought. Now we're all the way back down to 59. Same exact price point. So this is great too. And you can see we are just consolidating. We were able to capitalize off these massive runs here, 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 and here. And now with the sideways trend, I'm a little worried to buy back in. So I'm waiting for the consolidation. We have not too many days left. The same thing is with Litecoin. Actually, Litecoin's a little bit more extended. It's definitely a harder coin to reach. I mean, I could add this on and it'll probably make a little more sense to you guys. If I draw something like this, you can see what I'm referring to now. You can see where we were having resistances, where we were having supports being retested. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And this ends right about December 20th, and then it could extend all the way out to the 31st. So I'm not really paying too much attention to Litecoin, but I do think it is having a very similar pattern as we're slowly consolidating upwards. We are building some sort of symmetrical triangle, to say the least. So I'm really just waiting on for that. Otherwise, I'm a little cautious to be buying into the market right now on the S&P 500. We're so freaking close to being overextended. I mean, let's check out the daily. The daily is pretty much overbought. I mean, we can go back and see like every time we were at this level. Right here, we, corrected lower. Right here, we corrected lower the second we became overbought. Here, not so much. Let's see here. A small correction. I mean, it does have a drop. You know, there is a drop. It does lower ourselves. So it just doesn't make sense for me right now on the daily charts to be buying in when we are so overextended. I mean, last time we exploded here, or we corrected lower, or let's use this one right here. You can see we were crossing the MACD. We had a bullish cross on the MACD, and we were, we then corrected bearish. So you can see the same thing applies here. We are very close to being flatline. It doesn't seem like we have enough volume to keep us afloat, and it seems like the market wants to swing backwards. We're probably going to swing all the way back down to the moving average right here at 33. That's probably when I will buy back into the market. Otherwise, I'm just going to hang on and sit tight. That's pretty much going to wrap up today's video, guys. Definitely make sure to check out Patreon. Make sure to, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter, CryptoBayOfficial, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.